All right. See what kind of bullshit happens today. Let's see what Facebook has to say today. Let's find out what Facebook has to say today. Hi. Aburo buye busheshe. Aburo abuye abusheshe. What's happening, y'all? Hi. If I look like I've been out on the street, I've been out on the actual street. I actually left my house today. Hey, bestie. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm in one of those rare moods where I felt like I would go live and chit-chat. Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Hi. I'm trying to get my... Aw, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see Kia came in. Kia, you there? Hey, I'm going to show everybody your doll now. I'm going to show everybody your doll. Everybody, my friend Mahogany, the queen bee. Are you ready for this? Made me this puppet. Look. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. Isn't it awesome? It's so well made. It's beautiful. And she actually makes these poppets, and she makes them to order. So if any of you want to get a special handmade, this is a handmade poppet. Anybody who wants to get a beautiful handmade poppet like this can go follow her. And maybe you might want to get one for your altar. It's so nice. I'm so nice. Look, she makes some really, 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 really good ones. You guys need to make sure that you go follow her. Go follow Mahogany, the queen bee. Oh, so happy about that. I'm so excited. I'm going to be sending you a gift back. I'm going to be sending you some of my super duper products. Send you some of my magic. I like getting presents. I like getting presents. It's one of my favorite things. What are you motherfuckers up to today, huh? What are all you motherfuckers up to today, huh? What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you? You like this one? My spiral? It's for the pics. This is Scottish. You're sick. Oh no. Chew on garlic and ginger. Chew on garlic and ginger. Hey, Witching Kitchen. Are you in here? Chilling with the babes. Good for you. Good for you. You need to Look, you need to chew on. Hi. You need to chew on garlic. You need to chew on ginger. You need to get somebody to go buy you some fresh garlic and some fresh ginger. Hey, Gia, you ditched the second shift. I know. I had the opportunity to work today and I couldn't do it. I'm not emotionally prepared. I'm not emotionally prepared today to do what I need to do. What I do requires a lot of energy and effort and attention. So I need to take breaks. Look at all these people today. Look at all of my friends. You guys must have nothing to do at work, because that's whenever I go live in the afternoon like this, you guys are always on in the late afternoon. It must mean that it's the end of the workday. You don't know what to do. You're bored. You decided you're going to get on TikTok and just scroll. Hey, Shay. What? It's true. All y'all have nothing to do at work, so you're just sitting there scrolling through TikTok. Hey, you want to come up and chit chat? You're welcome to come up and chit chat. If you're not doing anything. You're driving? Oh yeah, it's that time of day, isn't it? You get excited to see me live? Oh, wow. So what are we talking about today? What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want me to shit talk about today? Give me a topic matter to run my mouth about. Just because you give me a topic doesn't mean I'm going to talk about it, because you know how TikTok is. I can't allow myself to get taken down for... Can't get taken down for junk. Okay, I'm going to play a game. Let's play a game. You want to play a TikTok game? Do you want to... I did this the other night, and I really, really liked it. Do you want to play a TikTok witch game? You want to play a TikTok game for witches? The witch bitch TikTok game? You want to play it? All right, we're going to play a game, because I want to play a game, okay? I want you to tell me 3 herbs. It can be 3 herbs or 3 essential oils or some kind of material or a combination of both that you would use in a return to sender spell. So if you think some motherfucker out there has sent you some kind of voodoo, witchcraft, palo, or some other kind of stank energy or some kind of stank spirit, I want you to give me the 3 materials that you would use to do a reversible, to send that shit back. It can be a crystal, it can be a stone, it can be a candle, it can be a color candle, it can be an herb, it can be an essential oil, it can be whatever, a piece of clothing. Like, I don't even care. Like, I just want to know. I just want to know. And this is, I'm not stealing your information. I'm not trying to steal anything, because I've got my own shit. You guys know I know how to practice my own shit. I'm just wondering what you would use and how you would use it. Did you say cat poo? Hey, misbehaving. You're building your apothecary? Wormwood. That's a good one. Feel free to drop those techniques also. Feel free to drop those techniques if you want to, if you use it in a candle, if you use it in, I know, I'm totally grunging out today. You'd use a mirror. Your garden flopped last year. You're doing ancestor work. That's real good. Datura. What's up, Smurf? A picture in a jar. Birds, cats, and weather destroyed everything. I'm sorry to hear about that. Senna, black walnut, wormwood. That's good. You got a raspberry bush that you didn't plant. Nice. So let me ask you a question. How would you determine whether or not someone sent you witchcraft or not? Hey, Vanessa. What's happening? You said lights going on and off? Back, is that, Darlene, is that how you know? Oh, these are ways that you know that someone's working on you. You said bad dreams. You said back pain. You said lights going on and off. Wow. You keep getting sick. Oh, all right. Okay. That's a good one, Gia. That's real good. Check your cards. Darlene, you are on point. Ain't nobody sneaking up on you, girl. Ain't nobody sneaking up on her. Y'all, my hair looks horrible today. Don't look at me. It's like still growing out, and it's like it's going back to the Brujo standing up phase. Aw, gee, thanks. I'm kind of, okay, so it's kind of like a little Ryan Reynolds-esque right now. Got a little faux hawk going on. It's fuzzy. My hair is super fuzzy-wuzzy right now. That's why we're wearing my little cap. Ears ringing. My skin looks good? Well, thank you. Thank you. Do I look like my dad? Actually, no. I think I look like my mother. My face looks like my mother, but my body is the shape of my dad. My dad has a particular body shape, and my body is shaped like my dad. But a lot of my features, I think, come from my mother. Yeah. Thanks, Missy. Y'all, I gotta take a sip of my coffee over here. Okay, so I like some of those answers. Now we're gonna play another game. Let's say a friend of yours cast a love spell. And she cast a love spell on the wrong person because she's has no brains, right? What ingredients would you use to break a love spell? Or let's say you know that bitch over there put a spell on this guy, or your friend, or something else. What would you use to break a love spell? You found 2 pictures of your dad, and he was in high school. Oh, you gotta, I would love to see that. What is that motherfucker doing outside? What are you doing? Oh, you're picking up trash out there? Santa Leo. What's up, Diamond Queen? How you doing? Holy water, honey, and river water. Okay, I need a little bit more explanation on that. I don't understand why you would use, okay. I'm not going to criticize anybody. I'm not going to criticize you. I'm just wondering what the mentality would be behind using holy water, honey, and river water to break a love spell, to break that. Hey, what's up, Kayla? Gia said pistachio, camphor, and lettuce. Good job with the pistachio. You can use a love candle, a reversible love candle. Why is everybody telling me that today? Thank you. I feel tired. I feel a little tired. But my skin is feeling soft. My facial hair is growing back. I slept in late today. I had to go to DMV or RMV, whatever you call it. I had to go to the, I had to go renew my driver's license and get a real ID. I got the real ID today. Oh, wow, thank you. Silly internet. What happened to the internet? Is it going in and out for you? No, I'm interested to know how you would break a love spell. I wonder why. They took a picture of my big fucking face with my terrible hair because I didn't think they were going to have to take another picture. I thought they were just going to use my regular driver's license, and they took a picture of me. I was so mad. Hey, Tess, baby. How you doing? Robert told me your news. You call in the madamas? Call in the big mamas? How many of you work with spirits? I'm just interested to know. How many of y'all work with spirits? And if you work with spirits, what kind of spirits do you work with? I'm just here to ask questions today. I'm interested to know. I want to know. Oh, I know you do. And salam alaikum salah. You work with the woodland spirits? Oh, I love that so much. You work with your egun and animal spirits. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So you guys want to know how I would do a breakage? Because if you're in the traditions that I'm in, we have ways of breaking stuff, okay? That would require a priest or someone who is highly knowledgeable about working with animals. But if you are just a practitioner who would like to try to do some kind of energy connection breakage, I'm going to tell you guys how to make a spiritual bath, and I'm going to give you the spell to do. Okay? You ready for this? I'm going to drop some mad wisdom. So you guys need to write this down. Put it in your grimoire. Okay. So, the first thing you want to do is you want to create a spiritual bath. Now, I'm the kind of person... Yes, I guess you could say it's mine. The first thing you're going to want to do, you're going to hit this several different ways. You're going to make a spiritual bath. You're going to make a tea. And you're going to have to go out into the woods and find a stick or a twig, okay? Now, if you work with wood, or you work with trees, or you work with branches, remember, thank you, Tori. That's very kind of you. Remember that if you're working with trees and stuff, you don't go out and start snapping twigs off of trees, okay? We don't do that. What you want to do is you want to go for a walk in the forest, and as you approach the forest, you're going to say a prayer to God, to the ancestors, to your spirit guides, to the spirits of the forest, and approach with respect, and then start walking through the forest. You want to pay attention to the ground as you're walking, and you want to meditate. You want to think about that there's this person that you want to break bonds with, okay? Someone that, it doesn't matter if it's a lover, doesn't matter if it's an ex-husband or wife, it doesn't matter if it's someone at work, doesn't matter. So you're walking, and you'll eventually come across some kind of stick. And right now, it doesn't really matter what tree, okay? We're just going to say you need to find a stick. Yes, you can pour a libation of water down on the earth. You can pour a libation of water down on the earth in order to approach. That's always very, very good. You know what? I just have to thank you. Witch and Kitchen and me are kind of like, we're both working on a book together. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a new book on herbs. Magical and medicinal herbalism. I can't wait for you guys to read it. I can't wait for it to come out. But a lot of people will go leave stuff at the entrance of a forest, like they'll leave coins or something. I heard somebody say you need to leave pennies in the forest. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to leave money in entering into the forest or into the woods in order to find things. You can just have a little bottle of water in your pocket or in your purse and unscrew it and just pour 1, 2, 3. 3 pours of water, okay, as you're approaching the forest, okay? You can do that. Right? Well, the only reason why I would take pennies into the forest if I was trying to attract fairies. But the thing is anything that you take into the forest, you want it to be biodegradable. So you just as easily could put out some candy out of the wrapper or like a little cupcake or something if you were going to call those kinds of spirits. But fairies like shiny objects, right? But we're not working with fairies. We're looking for a branch, okay? The branch you want to find is going to be about 1 foot long. It's going to be thick enough for you to be able to write the name of the person that you want to break bonds with. But it has to be easy enough for you to break it, okay? To snap it over your knee or snap it over your toilet or be able to break the branch. You understand? So let's say you find the branch that you're looking for, okay? It has to have fallen off the tree. Or let's say it's long enough that you can, like, you know, cut it so that it is about a foot long. Pick it up, close your eyes, say a prayer, and ask the spirits of the forest if this is the branch that they want you to take. Now, if you're an intuitive, if you're a medium, you might automatically get the feeling as that it is given to you, that the forest is giving you this. It wants you to have this, okay? You can hold the branch in your hand, and then you can walk around in the woods a little bit longer and hold on to this branch and really, really think about whether or not this is the right branch. And you'll get the sense that this is the one that you're supposed to take, okay? You could do divination, but that's really not necessary if you're working towards being more of a medium, okay? Or being able to get in contact with those energy consciousness, those spiritual energies, okay? So you feel good about it. Take it home. What you're going to do is you're going to carve the name of the person that you're trying to break bonds with on the branch of the tree. First name, last name, okay? That's it. You don't have to put anything else on the branch. Set it aside. You're going to make a spiritual bath to clean yourself off. You're going to take, well, if you want to actually soak in a bathtub, you can fill the bathtub with warm water, and then you want to take like 3 or 4 cans of coconut milk, put it into the water, stir it up with your hand. Now remember, you cast magic with your hands, okay? Magic comes through your hands. That's where you push magic into the world, through your hands. Hands are ridiculously important in magic. When you're making any spell, when you're holding on to a candle, okay? When you're grinding up salt or herbs in your hands, or when you have to use your hands. Take your hand, put it into the water and start stirring it up in a clockwise direction and start saying your incantation, okay? You're going to add herbs to this. But right now what you're going to do is start setting your intention. Now you can play music in the background. You can say your intention internally. Hey, Yasmin. Thank you so much. Whatever you do, however it is that you practice magic, okay? However it is that you practice magic. Some people will say psalms and stuff like that if you use the Bible and stuff like that, whatever. So then you want to take some fresh basil. Take some fresh basil that you got from the grocery store, and you want to rip up that fresh basil, okay? And hey, witch in the kitchen, and put it into the creamy, coconut, milky water, and rip up that basil really, really, really good. Stir it around. Next thing you want to do is you want to take a couple of drops of camphor essential oil, just a few drops. I'm talking about like 5 drops of camphor essential oil. Drop, drop, drop. Stir it up. You want to take something like chamomile, Roman chamomile or German chamomile essential oil. Drop, drop, drop. So we're using basil, we're using camphor, and we're using chamomile, okay? Now, you can end there, or if you want, you can also put like a handful of dead sea salt, okay? You can even use, well, Epsom salt. I have used Epsom salt before. Epsom salt is not salt, but let's say you wanted to do that just to relax and to purify and to cleanse. You could do that too. Stir, 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 stir. You want to make yourself an herbal tea. You can get some basil. You can get, hold on, wait a minute. What was the herbs that I was thinking about earlier today? I was thinking about clove and cinnamon. I was thinking about turmeric and black pepper. You can get a tea that has turmeric and black pepper in it, and you can add cloves to it. So they have this. They have turmeric and black pepper, basil, fresh, like you can just take a couple of that fresh basil, just regular basil. You can take a couple of that fresh basil leaves, put it in some hot water, put it in there with some turmeric and black pepper tea, and then add a couple of pieces of clove, okay? So those are 4 herbs, okay? You let that steep for a while, and then you take everything out. You can add a little bit of honey if you want to, but I would recommend not adding honey. what you're going to do now, you're going to go to the bathroom. You've got your spiritual bath ready for you to get in your spiritual bath. You've got your tea over here, and you've also got your stick. So what you're going to do is you need to have like a little paper bag, like a little brown bag, a little brown paper bag to put your stick in. So now you've lit your candles, you've said a prayer to God, you've called in your spiritual court, you've called in your ancestors, you've called in whatever entities that it is that you work with, your madamas or your angels, your saints, whatever it is. You have to pour out and give a very heartfelt prayer. You've got to pour out and give a very heartfelt prayer, and you need to tell your spirits how you feel, what you want, be extremely detailed about what it is that you want. I, so-and-so, want to break my bonds between me and this person. You have to use their full name. You just can't say Barbara, okay? There's a lot of people named Barbara, okay? You have to be I want to break bonds with Barbara Anderson, the woman that I used to date, that lives you can even give their address, that lives here in this neighborhood, on this state. Okay, so you got to be specific. Be very specific with what you say you want to do, okay? That's what I mean about being specific. Specifically state what it is that you want. And then you're going to say, by the power of all of the ancestral spirits that work through me and the power of God that works through me, I break bonds with you. I break bonds with you. I break bonds with you. And then you snap that stick. You break it. And then as soon as you break it, you shove it into that brown paper bag. Then you jump in your bath and you bathe. And you bathe in those essential oils and that basil and that coconut milk and that camphor, okay? Clean yourself off. Be careful that you don't get it in your face, okay? After you clean yourself off, after you get out of the bath, you don't want to rinse it off. You just want to pad yourself dry, okay? Put on your clothes, take that brown paper bag outside of your house and throw it in the garbage can. Just throw it in the garbage can. Just throw it away. Go back inside your house, sit down, and sip on your hot tea. And as you sip on your hot tea, you have to just allow yourself to release and let go of that energy and make it create a boundary in your mind and create a boundary in your heart that you're not going to allow that energy to come back into your life. And it's over. You're not going to think about it. You're not going to talk about it. You're not going to, nothing. So those are all the stages that I would do for myself if I wanted to break bonds between me and another person. I know that took a really long time. Did you take your notes? Did you write it down in your grimoire? Did you screen record it so that you'll remember that technique? That's a technique that I've been teaching people for like 20 years, and it works. Remember that when you cast a spell, thank you for the heart. Remember when you cast a spell, it would be good for you to do it 3 ways. When you're casting a spell, usually you want to make a spiritual bath, you want to make some kind of tea, and you want to make a candle. Let's say I want to do a love spell, or let's say I want to do a self-love spell. See, I don't believe in casting love spells on people. I think it's a really bad idea. And the reason why, you keep forgetting the last name, go be a snoop on Facebook, okay? Just remember, hold on. Okay, well, don't use a camphor. Don't use anything. Don't use anything that you're allergic to. You know, Gia said earlier a pistachio. You can actually take a pistachio and grind it up into a powder and put it in that bath. Pistachio is great for breaking love spells. If it's a lover, yeah, I would smash up a pistachio and I'd grind it into a powder. And I'd put some into the spiritual bath. You okay? What's up, Ashley? So, casting love spells is tricky Because what if you cast a love spell on somebody that you're going to create a bond with them, and then you decide you don't like them, or you decide that they're toxic, or you decide that they're abusive, and you try to get away from them? You ain't going to get rid of them. That's the point. That's why you don't cast love spells. That's why you don't put love glamour magic on somebody. Because once you have that's why you don't. That's why, ladies, you're not going to make that special sauce that you make, that spaghetti sauce. You know what I'm talking about, right? That's why you're not going to put the minces into the spaghetti sauce. Okay? Because if you create that kind of if you create that kind of bond with a guy, you ain't gonna get rid of him. You're not getting rid of him. That motherfucker is gonna keep coming back over and over and over and over. He's gonna be at your door. He's gonna be sending you emails. I know this for a fact. I know it for a fact because I have been the man on the receiving end of it. I have been the man that was on the receiving end of that kind of interaction, that kind of magic. So I'm telling you, I have had to work very, very hard. I have had to work very, very hard to break the bond that I created with this woman that I was with because of the magic and attraction magic that she put on me, and also with the blood and all of the stuff and the ingestion of all the materials. Intoxicating. I don't care, and I don't even care whether or not, it's true. It's true. It can really fuck you up. So if you don't want this motherfucker coming back around, don't be serving him up the special spaghetti. Okay. All right, so moving on. Make a self-love bath. Make a self-love tea. Make a self-love roll-on, okay? Just get some rose geranium and ylang ylang essential oil. Put it in a tiny little roller bottle. Put it over top of your pulse point so that ylang ylang and rose geranium, is on those pulse points. And then put your perfume on top of that. Okay, if you use some kind of smelly moisturizing, hey Zen baby, if you're moisturizing yourself with some kind of moisturizer that, shea butter, honey, sweet smelling, frou-frou, powder fresh, lotion, put it on top of it. Okay? So do something for self-love, because if you love yourself and you feel good about yourself, you're going to attract to yourself the kind of person that wants you. Okay? And here's the other thing, and this is going to sound like a total cop-out, okay? This is going to sound like a total cop-out, because you keep, Brujo Ryan, I did the ylang ylang, and I did the rose geranium. And I did the spiritual bath and the spiritual love bath with the rose petals and the champagne and the Florida water and all of this stuff, but I still can't find a man. Maybe you are not coming into contact with a man that vibrates spiritually at the level that you're vibrating at. Maybe you're just vibrating at a frequency that is too high for the people that you're coming into contact with, okay? You just cook for people. Look, listen, ladies, let me tell you something. I need you to love yourself, okay? Here, Brujo Ryan is about to get on his little soapbox, and he's about to talk some shit, okay? I need you women to love yourself. Love who you are. Embrace your divine feminine, okay? Whatever that divine feminine looks like. There are a lot of divine feminines. You got the Oshuns of the world. You've got the Yemojahs of the world. You've got the Oyas of the world. You've got the Morgans of the world. You've got the Kalis of the world. You've got the Lakshmis of the world. Okay? There are many, many different female archetypes in the spiritual world. And you resonate with some of those archetypes, whatever they are. You need to love yourself, feel yourself, rock yourself. It's all about you, okay? You need to feel good about you. When you get up in the morning and you look in the mirror, I need you to be like, who's that bad bitch in the mirror? You know, do your hair, do your makeup for you if you do makeup, or don't do makeup because it don't matter if somebody likes you with or without makeup on. I need all of you to sit down with a piece of paper and a pen, and I need you to make a list. What are my best qualities, okay? What are my best qualities? I'm a great motherfucking cook. I've got great hair. I've got great eyes. I've got these features. I feel strong when I'm doing these things. What are your strengths? What do you bring to the world that's strength? I am a great mother. I'm great at basket weaving. Whatever. There's a lot of things I'd like to say that I can't say on TikTok. And you know what I'm talking about. Think about your best qualities, your most attractive quality. Ah, look at that. Oh, thank you for the heart. Thank you for the heart. That was sweet. It kissed me and everything. That was cool. Think about all of your best qualities, okay? And meditate on that. Because what I need all of you to do is in that negative self-talk. I need you to stop with the negative self-talk, okay? I need you to stop with the negative self-talk. Stop. Do not allow that negative self-talk to continue. Because everybody's got the negative self-talk. Men and women have the negative self-talk. It's not just you. It's not only women that are experiencing these things. Men are experiencing these things too. Yes, men experience these things too. It's not unique to any gender. This negative self-talk that you have, you need to kill it. You need to get rid of it. Yes, Lauren, you do. You're welcome. Whenever you get that voice that comes up in the back of your head that says, you're fat, you're ugly, you don't have any value, you don't have a high enough paying job, you failed in the last 2 relationships you were in, you were divorced, you're weak, and all of that stuff that you hear in the back of your head, okay? I'm not attractive enough, okay? I have PTSD. I've got mental and behavioral health problems. I have diabetes. I'm sick. I've got all of this stuff. None of those thoughts are helping you move forward in life. None of those thoughts are contributing to your success. So any thoughts that are not contributing to your success or moving forward in life, you got to banish them. And you have to banish them just like when Satan came to Jesus on the mountain and said, if you worship me, I'll give you all the kingdoms of the world. Okay. What did Jesus say? He said, get the fuck out of here. You have to banish those negative energies, those negative thoughts, those malicious thoughts, okay? Whether they're internal or external, whether you read the gospel and you read the gospel as a narrative, as something to guide your life, moral and ethical principles, okay? If you read it as a story that has meaning for you as an individual, or whether or not you take that shit literally, I don't care. You have to say, I banish you. We're not going to have this motherfucking conversation today. This is not the day that we're going to have the conversation around my value, because I know what my value is. Do you feel me? Do you understand where I'm coming from? I need you to value yourself. I need you to value your time. And I need you to create healthy boundaries between you and other people. Meaning that you're not going to settle. Don't just settle. If the right guy doesn't come around for you, or the right girl or whatever, there is nothing wrong with waiting till your next lifetime. It could be that your soul flame isn't even incarnated in this plane yet. It could mean that your soul flame or whoever it is that you're supposed to be with is not even embodied. Are you ready for the second part of that exercise? The second part of that exercise, besides sitting down on one side of a piece of paper and writing down all of your positive qualities and all of your strengths, you're going to write down, are you ready for this? You're going to write down the perfect man. You're going to write, and it doesn't matter how stupid it is. Don't feel silly to write down things that don't feel like I feel silly if I write down I want to have a guy with tattoos, or I want to have a guy he's got to be tall, dark, and handsome. I want him to have some tattoos. I want him to dress this way. I want him to talk this way. I want him to be of this political persuasion. I want him to be somewhat spiritual, or he doesn't have to be spiritual at all. I want that to be like size, whatever it is. Be extremely specific about one blue eye, one brown eye. If that motherfucker shows up, that would be awesome, right? So write down all of the things that you want in the person that you're looking for. Okay, be very specific. See, because it's very difficult for the spiritual world to send you what you like or what you want if you're not specific. So be as specific as you can when you are talking to the universe about what you want. You see what I'm saying? Be very, very specific about that which you're trying to attract to yourself. And you know what? I want to say something else. Here's something else. I want to say something about self-esteem. Because I'll have a lot of people telling me about self-esteem. I have self-esteem issues, okay? So let's just say that you feel, what is the word? You lack confidence, or you might have low self-esteem because your body looks a particular way, or because your face looks a particular way, or because you have this particular job, or you're in this particular circumstance and you're a woman. Let me tell you something about men. I'm going to tell you the lowdown on men, the skinny about men. A man is either going to like you in that way and be attracted to you in that way, or he's not. And it's not going to matter what your hair looks like. It's not going to matter what your teeth look like. It's not going to matter what your body looks like. Men are attracted to women who are confident. Men are attracted to women who show confidence. The men who are attracted to women who are not confident are the narcissists, are the abusers, are the people that see victims, see someone who's easily manipulated, see someone who they can get up and then crash, and pull up and then crash. A lot of you women out there have gotten into relationships. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say that again. Nelly, I don't even know what you're talking about. It's true. No, if you're a woman who walks around with this kind of like, you don't have confidence and you don't have boundaries, you are only going to attract the bottom feeders of the dating pool to you. It's true, but it's true. You're only going to attract people oh, I, I, I knew Jacob a long time ago. We had a falling out. I'm not interested in talking about him or seeing him or talking to him in any kind of way. I wish him the best. I hope he got crowned. Much love to him. Blessings. May the Orishas guide him to his destiny. Okay, that's all I have to say. Good for Jacob. Okay, I got nothing but love for everybody. I no longer hold any beef with anybody. Okay, so enough about that. That's the end of that conversation. Let me get back to talking about real serious things. If you are a female and you're interested in finding a male, okay, and you have this, you don't have confidence and you don't have boundaries, you're only going to attract men who want to dominate you. Because those men are also insecure and they think that they can intimidate you and they think they can make you do what they want you to do. Men who are pieces of crap will automatically be repelled by a woman who shows self-confidence and boundaries. It's the same thing in the spiritual world. People ask me, I've got all this negative energy around me. I feel like negative spirits are coming around. What would I do? Well, you increase the level of positive energy in your life. You increase the level of positive, you call on positive spirits. Because negative spirits want to feed off negativity. Negative spirits are repelled by positive energy. It's why spiritualists and people that practice the kind of stuff that I practice, we do spiritual baths on a regular basis. We say prayers at the ancestor shrine. We invoke the energies of the Godhead. We invoke the energies and the spirits of nature. We invoke the spirit of our ancestors, our highly elevated ancestors, okay? When you're invoking all of these positive energies, okay, there is no room for negative energy to come in. There's just no room for it. There's no place at the table. I'm taking you to church right now. I'm standing on my soapbox, okay? I'm standing on my soapbox and, I'm being moved by the Spirit. I'm being moved by the Holy Ghost to tell you that when you have positive energy in your life, or you work hard to cultivate positive energy in your life, there's no room for negative energy. It can't even get in your door, okay? That's why if your spiritual path is not making you a better person, you're on the wrong spiritual path. I'm going to say that again. If the spirituality that you are practicing is not making you happy, confident, secure, that you don't feel, if you feel loved, if it's not making you feel loved, if it's not giving you hope, it's not giving you, if you don't see a future in it, it's the wrong spirituality and you need to get the hell out of it. Because it's not leading you to better pastures, okay? And I don't care if it's Christianity, I don't care if it's hoodoo, I don't care if it's voodoo, I don't care if it's Hinduism, I don't care if it's yoga, I don't care if it's Buddhism, I don't care what it is, because all that shit doesn't matter. Whatever the tenets of that faith is, excuse me, whatever the principles of that faith are, that pull out, that manifest those positive qualities in you, do that. It doesn't mean you're not going to be happy sometimes. It doesn't mean you're not going to get depressed sometimes. But in general, you should feel well. Your spirituality should do that for you. It should make you feel better. It should make you a better person. That's how you know whether or not you're on the right spiritual path. If you're developing spiritually and you're elevating to whatever that next level is. You understand? Okay. Stop allowing negative energy in your life. Stop. Just stop. Stop allowing negativity into your life. We don't need that anymore. And it starts with social media. Stop following these TikTok creators that are constantly embroiled in drama, that are fighting with one another all the time, that are in contention with each other all the time, that are hexing and cursing each other all the time. Fuck these people. Mama said, change your algorithm, okay? Clear your cache and then type in goats. You want to see goats? You want funny goat videos? Look for goats. You want nice scenery? You want to see islands? You want to see people dancing? Look for that. Change your algorithm so that your algorithm shows you things that make you happy, give you that serotonin release. And get the hell away from all these people that got nothing to say. And these people in the traditions that talk shit about everybody else. Let me say something about certain godparents, and I ain't going to say any names because everybody knows who they are. You see them all the time. This is a very, very small group of people. I would say the entire Witch Talk community that is part of the Witch Talk community is less than 10,000 people. And the people that you're going to come into contact with that are big creators on this app that are Witch Talk people are probably down to maybe 100. That everybody know and recognize, okay? The same motherfuckers always show up in everybody's lives. They're always showing up in everybody's lives, or they're going live and they're talking shit. Let me ask you a question. How do you have time to take care of your god kids if you're on TikTok for 4 hours a day? Huh? How do you take care of your god kids when all you're doing is talking shit? When do you have time to sit in front of that Bovida and say your prayers? When are you... I love that. When are you servicing your spirits? I want to know how you get so much time in the day to talk nothing but mad shit about everybody else on TikTok. What else do you do? You would think for a small amount of time that people can watch you, that you would be positive, that you would be uplifting, that you would be telling people, you would be teaching. See, I'm teaching. I'm trying to teach people things. I don't go live unless I feel inspired to teach and to uplift these days. I'm not here for any other reason, okay? But if you sit and listen to them, they talk for 4 hours and they never say anything. And you don't learn anything, and nothing that motherfucker says contributes to the progress of your spirituality. All right. So, now that we've got that out of the way, women, I am telling you, if you want to attract a strong, confident man, then what you want to do is, I just got a text message from someone I haven't heard from in like a motherfucking minute. That surprised me. Did you see the look on my face? It's like, what? Okay. If you want to attract a strong, positive man, you got to be positive, you got to be confident, and you have to set boundaries. Because low-level, bottom-feeding, narcissistic, abusive men, alcoholic men, and all of the men that think they can manipulate you and control you and abuse you, they are repelled by women with confidence. They are repelled by women who have boundaries. As soon as they realize that you know how to set healthy boundaries, that motherfucker's going to be gone. They're going to be out of here. You okay? It don't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what your size is. It doesn't matter what your job is. That doesn't matter. Because if a man is interested in you, your weight, the way you look, what you do for a living, or anything else is going to come behind, I like this person and I'm attracted to them. Because men are attracted to whatever they're attracted to. There are men that are attracted to larger women. There are men who are attracted to anything. And I bring up size because I don't know why size is such a huge thing. It's a huge thing. Women are always saying that they're self-conscious about the way they look. And it's just so devastating. It's so depressing to me. That the epidemic of how women feel about themselves based on the way they look. That is so not what men are interested in. Because if a man is interested in you, he's interested in you. And I'll tell you to know how to gauge whether or not he's interested. If he makes a pass at you, make a pass back. And if he comes back around, she says she's fluffy. I love it. I love it. Hey, dead doll. What's happening? Hey, witch next door. Men who are confident, secure in their sexuality, secure where they're at in life, okay? Know what they want, know what they're looking for in a partner. They will know it when they see it. And if they're attracted to you, they're going to make a pass at you. And if they make a pass at you, make a pass back. And just remember that you have boundaries, and you need to know what your boundaries are before you even talk to somebody. Do you think that if a witch does effective shadow work, they should be able to alchemize body health? Can you be more specific about that? Witch next door, that is really fantastic. I'm so happy for you. That's really, really great. You know who's got a great relationship with their husband? Nana the witch. If you guys don't follow Nana the witch, you should. She's one of my besties. I love her to death. She's an author. She's published books on Amazon about the quantum witch and quantum witchcraft. A book worth buying, okay, for your library, worth reading too. Follow Nana the witch and ask her about advice for relationships, because she's been in her relationship for a very, very long time, and they have a happy, healthy, sexual relationship, and they have fun with one another. Look to people who have healthy, positive relationships as your ideal, as your model. What did Mama say? Yeah. Let me talk about weight for a second, okay? Let me say something about weight, okay? Here's the thing that I want everybody to remember about their weight. I want you to eat healthy, and I want you to feel healthy. Everybody is just naturally different sizes. There are some people that are skin and bones, and it doesn't matter how much they eat, they can't gain weight. There are other people that eat food, and if they eat a regular diet or they eat and they feel healthy, they have weight on them, okay? We're all different shapes and sizes. I want you to be healthy. I want your goal to be feeling good about yourself and feeling healthy, okay? If you're measuring inches or you're concerned about the weight on the scale, I need you to get out of that mind frame, and I need you to think about being healthy and eating well, okay? Getting proper nutrition and cutting out all the garbage that's in your diet for health, not for weight, for health. And be active. Take walks. Go to the mall. You know, just go window shopping places so that you can be up, you can get fresh air, you can be in the sunlight, you can walk around. Do that. You know? So that's what I would recommend for your mentality when it comes to how you feel about yourself. And what Zen just said is totally true. How you feel about yourself, the way you picture yourself, or the way you envision yourself is really, really important. Now, as far as shadow work is concerned, yes, I do readings. You can go to my profile, you can click on my link tree, You can schedule a consultation with me. You can buy a birth chart from me. I recommend everybody that follows me buy one of my birth charts. I have to do a birth chart for someone tonight. If you have never had your birth chart read, baby girl, get your birth chart read by me. It's very importante that you are able to sit down and look at your astrological chart, your natal chart, and see all of the influences that are in your chart, okay? It's very important, okay, because each planet is going to bring both positive and negative energies into your life. Each planet in each sign, in each house, is going to give you gifts, and it's also going to give you challenges. If you don't have your natal chart done, you won't necessarily know what those are. We can look at your birth chart and tell you why you reincarnated. I can tell you why you reincarnated, what your intention was when you incarnated by reading your birth chart. And I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds like, oh my God, but it's true. It's true. We can find your intention for coming back onto the earth from reading your birth chart. We also can find out what your Atma Karaka is. Okay, your Atma Karaka is your soul planet. Wherever your soul planet is in your birth chart is going to tell us about you, and it's going to tell us about what are the reoccurring issues that are going to come up in your life over and over and over again. Your soul planet is always going to dictate those reoccurring themes that are going to happen in your life over and over and over again. Yes, I'm selling myself like an infomercial because I want you to know that I'm cheap as fuck. And your birth chart will be put in a PDF and a Word document and emailed to you so that you will have it forever, and you will always be able to go back and do your shadow work. Because when you look at the analysis that comes out in your birth chart, you can say, okay, my Mars has these positive and negative qualities. How can I accentuate the positive qualities that Mars has blessed me with? How can I negate some of the negative energy that Mars gave me? You understand? It's like your mom and your dad. Your mom and your dad might have positive and negative aspects to their personality. You inherit those things by being their child. You are the most recent version of your ancestors. You are ancestor 2.0. You are the embodiment of all of your ancestors, all of them, not just some of them, all of them, the millions and millions of people that had to live and die in order for you to exist. You're the most recent version of them right now. And you have the ability to invoke those ancestors because they live in you. Your DNA is a chain. It's a link that binds you to every single person who has ever come back to you, all the way through the evolutionary process, all the way back to the Big Bang, all the way back to God. Because God is the first ancestor, the womb in which all things were birthed into existence. Because nothing comes into this universe without being birthed through a womb. God is our first ancestor and gave birth to life and creation and all of these things, right? So what I'm trying to say is that if you want to understand, thank you, if you want to understand the energies at play in your life, I would definitely recommend dropping that $65 and getting a birth chart reading, okay? I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about. I went on like multiple tirades, multiple tangents. Okay, I remember what I was talking about. The last thing I need you to do, remember, you wrote down on that piece of paper all of your positive qualities, all of your strengths, and then you wrote down your ideal man. Okay, what you want your man or your partner or whoever it is that you are interested in being with. You write down what you want them to be as detailed as possible. And then you need to write down the red flags. You might not know exactly what you want, but you should know what you don't want. So any kind of behaviors that are red lights, alarms, bells going off, or if you feel some kind of way about interacting with a person and there's just something that is not working for you, it means it's not going to work. It means you need to walk away. That person might come around with 3 of the 10 qualities that you're interested in. And you might say, oh, this person's got 1 brown eye and 1 blue eye. Oh, this person is tall, dark, and handsome. Oh, I can see exactly what's in those gray sweatpants. But that doesn't mean that that's the right motherfucker for you. Sometimes, sometimes you might get a trick. Talking about trickster spirits, right? Sometimes somebody will come around and you might think, oh, this might be the right person for me. Yeah. This might be the right person for me. Hey Daphne, long time no see, honey. How is a mother that lives in the shoe? Was the little old lady that lives in the shoe that has all the kids? How's all your children's? Are they healthy? Mother Hubbard. That's Daphne, Mother Hubbard. She's got children falling out of the cupboards. That's all that matters, is that they're healthy. I love that for you. I love that for you. Bless you and all your children. Let me tell you, and I'm not trying to call anybody out, because if you get a reading from me, I won't remember. If you buy a spiritual consultation from me to chit-chat with me and to like work out on your spiritual stuff, there are some reoccurring themes with the women that come to me about relationship-related issues that I'm going to just lay out there because I'm in the mood to, okay? Because I feel the need to tell you, okay? If you are with a man who is struggling with alcoholism, drugs, mental and behavioral health problems, okay? It is outside of your control to be able to fix that person. That person has to fix themselves. That person needs to recognize that their self-destructive behavior is going to end them, and you don't need to stick around for it. You're not responsible for another adult. When are we going to start learning or taking our understanding that you cannot change another person's behavior? That person is that person. That's it. And you don't need any other reason to walk away from a relationship other than I'm not happy. They don't have to cheat on you. You don't have to cheat on them. There doesn't have to be some kind of explosion. There doesn't need to be violence. There doesn't need to be anything. Okay? There doesn't need to be anything except I'm not happy. Because in a healthy relationship, you guys should be able to talk about anything. In a healthy relationship, you should be having happy, healthy, exciting, and satisfying sex. That's a relationship. You guys should be happy. You should feel happy. When you're at home, you should feel at peace. Aburo buye bushe she. Baba, good to see you. You should always feel comforted in the presence of your partner. And you don't have any other reason, you don't need another reason to walk away from a situation that you're being damaged in. Don't allow yourself to be damaged. Do not allow yourself to be damaged by another person. I'm just talking mad shit about relationships today. Hey, Gia. Yay! I can't wait to do your birth chart. I'm looking forward to it. Right. That's the whole point. You and your partner are going to go through difficult times, okay? I'm not saying if this person has had a problem drinking in the past, if they have a relapse, that they can't pull themselves back together. If you guys are experiencing problems in the bedroom or you're experiencing other problems, these things can be worked out if both of you are willing to talk about it and both of you are willing to come to a compromise. Everyone should be happy. And when you run into financial problems or you hit obstacles in life, you guys should be able to navigate those things together. You should be on the same page. But if the number one issue in your life is struggling, interacting with the person that you're with, it's time to reconsider whether or not that relationship is right for you, or whether or not you made a mistake. And if you don't feel like you made a mistake, you might feel like, well, we started out on the right page, but we didn't end up on the right page. Because over time, people grow in different directions. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Hey, Cat Mickey. How you doing, baby? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute, but I'm glad you're here. Okay. Questions, comments, objections? I'm just telling you what I see. And I know this because I was an alcoholic for 30 years. I feel good today. I woke up late. I had to go to DMV. I had to do stuff with renew my driver's license. I got a real ID. Hey, Dorian. Don't get any spiritual tattoos. You mean spiritual tattoos like, like Veves of Loa, or like demonolatry, like Solomonic seals and symbols of demons and shit? Yeah. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. This is a bad idea, okay? You don't need any spiritual symbols on your body at all. Now, I got a sunflower on the back of my neck. There's a sunflower up here. But I got that sunflower about 20 years before I found out I was a child of Oshun. So I had no idea back when I got my sunflower that I was a child of Oshun. That's just something that happened. You could get like, let's say you know who your guardian Orisha is, or let's say you know something else, or you're really interested in some kind of spirituality, pick something ancillary. Don't pick something that's kind of like a representation. Like if you're into the Morgan or you're into, goddesses and stuff like that, get like, a raven or something. Or a snake. I wanted a snake tattoo. I wanted a snake tattoo that wound down my arm. That's what I wanted. I wanted a snake. So anyway, there are people that get tattoos on their body, that are symbols, and if they do, that's just fine. But what if you decide if you don't want to practice that anymore? What if you decide that wasn't a good idea to get Beelzebub's sigil put on your body at some point in time in the future? Okay, other spiritual questions. Love and light, Johnny. I love listening to you and Za go live. You guys are great. You always are very inspirational. You keep the energy really high. Everybody, if you're not following Johnny Shirt King, they go live, and they have really, really great lives. Johnny and Za, and I don't know who the other creators are, but I followed them. They have great lives. It's really chill, mellow, laid back, and they drop mad wisdom in their lives. So you can follow him. I am going to answer the question about ceremonial magic, but I'm going to be gone for literally 120 seconds so I can relieve myself. Was that 120 seconds? Did somebody time me? All right. How do you protect yourself when doing work for other people? Okay. I don't do work for other people. That's how you protect yourself. Teach other people how to do work so that they can do work for themselves. See, I'm a hard ass. You keep pulling Kali from your Oracle deck. That Kali card means that it's time to let go of the past. It's time to let go of the past. Because if you don't let go of the past, the universe is going to force you to let go of it. Because Kali is all about removing things. She's destruction, okay? She's chaos and destruction, and she creates change by being destructive. So if you're holding on to something in your life and you're refusing to let go of it, it will be removed. Even if removing that item out of your life comes in the most drastic way. Okay, so I would listen to that card. Here's the thing about doing ceremonial magic, but you said you can't get off your ass. It means that ceremonial magic isn't for you. If you're not motivated to do your practice, it means it's not your practice. See, when I wake up in the morning, I say my mojuba, I say my morning prayer, I invoke the energies of my ancestors, I invoke the energies of my Egbe, my spiritual court, I invoke the energies, I open up my Ori, okay? My divine consciousness, I pray to Ori to open, okay? I find joy in doing that. I find joy in reciting the Reiki principles. I find joy in, doing some green yoga in the middle of the night. My practices are things that I enjoy to do. I enjoy doing. Like when I do my spiritual practices, I enjoy them like I'm eating a meal. And if you're not finding the same level of enjoyment in your practice, why are you wasting your time? It's just a waste of your time if you're not motivated. And how do you protect yourself from doing work for other people? You don't do work for other people. Teach other people how to do work for themselves. Just remember that when you do work for other people, you do work for other people, that, you know, there's energy involved. There's energy involved. So that's why it's always better just to do work for yourself. Well, in voodoo, in the tradition of voodoo, a lot of people do work for other people, but the idea is it's whoever sets the intention or whoever wants the work done is the person that reaps the karmic benefits, either positive or negative, okay? So being a spiritual worker means that you're doing something on behalf of another person. That person that you're doing work on behalf of is going to experience the positive and negative karma. Thank you so much. The positive and negative karma from doing the working. But how do you know that the working that you're doing is warranted of your time and your energy? If you're just casting spells for people for money, well, then you're in the business of casting spells. But if some woman comes to you and says, my husband cheated on me, and he's doing this, and that, and he's like this, and he's da. Okay, but you don't know all of the reasons. You can't see the situation from all angles. All you know is what this one person is saying to you. Hey, Cake. Okay, so in the tradition that I practice, you reincarnate through your family line. Ifa teaches that when we reincarnate through our family. Why? Because your DNA, your programming, who you are, your essence is contained within the DNA, within the RNA. That's why having children and continuing on the tribe and the continuation of life is very important in traditional practices. It's very important to have offspring, to reproduce, and to have healthy families, because you will reincarnate through your family line. Because there's a scientific basis for that, I will buy into that. The idea that you're going to reincarnate randomly, it could happen, but we don't know. Nobody knows for real. Don't pretend you know something that we don't have proof of. See, that's my problem with spirituality. My problem with spirituality is I don't like it when people make claims to things that they have no fucking clue about. We don't really know what happens after we die. We think we know what happens after we die, but we don't know what happens after we die. And you have to be mentally prepared for whatever happens. Let's say the most uneventful thing that happens after you die. Let's say I'm standing here right now, I drop dead. That could be it for me. They could drag my body to the burial grave that I have already paid for. They can throw me in it. They can cover me up. They can walk away, and that is the end. My body will go back to the earth. My energy went back into the universe, the energy that animates my body, and that's it. That's the finality of it. This was my existence. I had it. I was here. I lived. I will always exist in the mind of God. If time really doesn't exist, if there's no future and there's no past and we're living in an eternally present moment, then I am immortal. I am always here. Worst case scenario, you die and go to hell. But I think in order to make it all the way to hell, like the Buddhist hells and the Christian hells and all of those places of torment, I think you got to you got to do some real fuck shit in order to get there. Okay? So I'm not too worried about the average person walking down the street getting sent to a place of torment, okay? I don't think that's the best way to view the world. What's the best thing that could happen? The best thing that can happen is you go to heaven, or you go to the realm of the ancestors, or your spirit lives on. That's a funny question, Daniel. Really funny. That's a good one. So, you know, if reincarnation or rebirth means anything, it means that you have a very specific energetic pattern that makes you you. And that whatever that energetic pattern is that makes you you is going to continue to come back over and over and over again until it fulfills its destiny. You feel me? You understand? I wouldn't worry. Here's the thing. You ready for this? I wouldn't worry about hell. I wouldn't worry about heaven. I wouldn't worry about reincarnation. I wouldn't worry about rebirth. I wouldn't worry about any of it because it don't matter. It does, whether or not those things exist or not doesn't affect how you're living your life right now. I don't know Witchin' Kitchen. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know, Amanda. Like I just said, it really doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't really change your experience of the world right now. There are some people that believe that you only incarnate through your bloodline. Are you in? But so, I mean, through your bloodline. Whether or not that is or is not true, I'm not going to subscribe to anything. Matter of fact, if you ask me, I have an ambivalent view towards all religious dogmas. I know the spirituality I practice. I know the way I practice. I know the way I know how I like to see the world. I have a model of the universe, a structure of the universe, a cosmology that I follow because I find it to be very helpful to me and it makes sense, but that doesn't mean it's true. And if this really was my only existence, why would that be so bad? I think there's more evidence to point to multiple existences than only one existence. I think the chances of only getting one existence in this universe is kind of silly. All right, AJ. Make sure you do your research. Here's the thing. You ready for this? All right. Let me hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yes, Daniel, that is 100% true. Just hold on a second. Let's talk about Earth for a second. All right. Let's talk about Earth. This is very important. Pay attention. I think it's time to take an Earth-centric view of the universe, to embrace that. That the Earth is the center of the universe and everything else is just out there. Let's just bring it back, old school, for a minute, okay? Let's bring the focus back here. I think it's really fucking interesting that when you look up into the night sky and when scientists send out the James Webb Space Telescope and when we look at the galaxies, all the different universes and all the different galaxies and everything, I think it's fucking weird that no matter where they look in space, in every single direction, that we are the only planet that looks like this, that we can visibly see. I think that's really weird. Don't you think that's bizarre? Don't you think that's strange? That they can look and they look and they see these other planets, but they can't determine whether or not there's any other person in space that looks anything like us? That's really weird. I think that you need to take your life really serious. I think it's time you start taking your life serious. Because think about how unique this experience is. The experience you're having right now is really unique. So what are you doing to optimize your experience on this planet? What are you doing? Are you just getting up every morning and having your grande chai vanilla latte enema and going to work and sitting there squeezing your legs together waiting to have your first morning shit, and then to have like a bad peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch, and then be on TikTok watching me all afternoon because you're bored at work? And I'm sorry if I called you out. I didn't mean to call you out. And then what, you go home and you're in a relationship with some dude and you're miserable because he's a drunk, or because he doesn't, or because, you know, you haven't had the sex in about a decade? What? 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 What's wrong with you? Snap out of it! Snap out of it. Wake up. This is your fucking life. You're missing it. You're missing your life right now. It's happening right now, and you're not getting all the benefit out of it. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to scream. What's up, Zangtastic? Your life is happening right now. What are you doing to increase your spiritual energy, your spirit? What are you doing? I'm saying this because I want you to be motivated. You should be motivated just by the fact that the Earth is a unique place that doesn't look like anything else in the entire fucking galaxy. Maybe this is the place where everything goes down. Maybe this is the place, okay, where the cosmic drama of good and evil, of aliens, of Christ, of all these other things, and all the Buddha fields, and all the quantum fields, and all the sorcery, and all the witchcraft, and everything you want. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is where it's happening right now. You should be happy to be here. And when you realize how unique and special it is to actually be alive, and to actually be here right now, thank you so much for the love. When you finally fully realize what it means to be alive right now, well then it makes you feel kind of strange. Kind of gives you a sharp stabbing pain in your rectum, okay? Kind of motivates you. You know? Like when you were a little kid in the 80s and you stuck the cigarette lighter, popped it in, and then put your finger in it because you wanted to know what that felt like. That. So, the idea here is that I need you to enjoy your life. You know, I did a divination on myself. My Orisha Tarot. I love that. It's a great tarot deck. Called me out so bad one night. I was like, I was pulling a card because I was like, please give me some kind of message, you know? Talking to my egg bay. Talking to the Egun. Give me something that I can really sink my teeth into. And you know what the Spirit said? The Spirit said, the person who's getting this reading doesn't know how to enjoy life and they need to figure out why. Whoa. I said, God damn. They just called me out. It said, this person doesn't know how to enjoy their life and they need to find out why. And I'll never forget that. I don't know why that hit me so hardcore. That hit me super hardcore. I was like, oh my God, they're right. I'm 43 years old. I'm a 43-year-old man. Why am I not enjoying my life? I've got a condo with a 30-year mortgage at a fixed rate. I've got a paid off car, okay? I work for myself. Why am I not happy? Why am I not enjoying my life? What is the obstacles preventing me from finding enjoyment in life? It's me. It's me. I'm the reason I'm not enjoying life. I'm the reason that I'm not taking all the opportunities to smell the flowers and get the fresh air and be out in the sunlight, okay? And watch the movies that I want to watch and eat the pizza I want to watch. People are concerned about their weight. Okay, all right, but you know what? Pizza tastes good. So if you want to eat that motherfucking pizza, just eat the motherfucking pizza. Your metabolism isn't going to change. I'm not encouraging you to be unhealthy. What I'm saying is, if you're out with your friends and you really, really want to eat that slice of pepperoni pizza, it's okay to eat the pizza. It's okay. Just eat the pizza. Just pick it up, open your mouth as wide as you can, and shove that thing as deep down your throat as you possibly can. Swallow it whole. That's what I'm saying. Enjoy your life. And stop allowing people to be in your life that are ruining your life. Stop allowing people to ruin your life that don't need to be there. Stop allowing people in your life that don't need to be there. These obstacles for you being able to find apotheosis, finding the ability for you to be spiritually content and satisfied. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're the obstacle. Maybe you are the obstacle. You're the person that keeps watching these people on TikTok. You're the person that keeps getting involved in drama in Facebook. You're the person that refuses to stop and smell the flowers. What's up, LJ? I'm good. I'm just talking shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are your number one obstacle to finding happiness. If you have 5 fingers and 5 toes, and you are not in a wheelchair, and you have the ability to make decisions for yourself, okay, and you're not suffering from any major catastrophe right now, why the fuck are you unhappy? That's why America is shit. That's why I can't handle Americans. Everybody's so mad. Everybody's allowing their life to get ruined if they don't get called by the proper pronouns. What? It's that behavior. I know that I could get canceled for that. That behavior shows you a lack of gratitude for existence. That kind of behavior shows you a completely disregard and a total disregard for and respect for being alive. I'm doing just fine, honey. Stop allowing people to ruin your life. Stop being offended. If you don't like somebody and you don't like their fucking face or what they're saying on social media, block them. It's really easy. That block button works. It works. I use it all the time. Somebody comes into my live and wants to talk shit or say something nasty to me or be rude to me, I block them. It's really, really easy. I scroll through TikTok and somebody comes through my feed that is pumping out negative crap. I block them because I don't want to see them. It's really easy. That's called healthy boundaries. How can you preach healthy boundaries to other people when you allow this garbage to come through your feed? How? That's hypocrisy. That's massive hypocrisy right there. To try to tell everybody else they need to be spiritual, yet you're not engaged in your own spirituality. And I see it. I see witches that go live here every day or almost every other day that are pulling tarot cards and oracle cards for people and taking people's $5 or $10, okay? That's good for you, Daniel. Other people's opinions about you don't matter. And other people's feelings about you don't matter. They just don't matter. Somebody don't like you because you're trans? Well, fuck them. They don't matter. Simple. Really easy. Don't allow them to ruin your life. Guess what? There's a lot of people that don't like me on this app. There's probably 100,000 people that don't like me on this app. There's probably people that cringe when they see my face show up on this app. Block me. It's really easy. That's funny, Crystal. That sounds really great, Senya. So, it is simple. It's very simple. It's not difficult, people. Life isn't difficult to navigate yourself through. It's not difficult at all. Right. It requires you knowing how to use that button. So I want everybody to be happy. I want everyone to be positive. I want everybody to keep their chin up. I want everybody to be practicing things that bring them enlightenment, uplift their soul, make them feel better. Remember, if you're practicing some form of spirituality that is not making you a better person, and it's not elevating your consciousness, and it's not creating joy in your life, it's not bringing abundance in your life, you're on the wrong path. Now, I want to take that further, okay? I want to take that further. Your spiritual path is your life. Don't be confused. Don't be confused. Your spiritual path is your life. Your spiritual path isn't something separate from waking up in the morning, going to work, interacting with your family, and reading your books, and eating your food, or exercising, or getting on TikTok or social media. That is your spiritual path. You are the spiritual path. There's not a spiritual path that is separate from you because you're it. Don't confuse the practices that you do for the spiritual path that you're on. You're on your own spiritual path. You might practice Ifa. You might practice Santeria. You might practice Wicca. You might practice yoga. You might practice some form of Buddhist meditation. You might practice something that's New Age, but that's not your spiritual path. Those are things you do. They're practices that you learn. They're things that you pick up, but they're not your spiritual path. Your spiritual path is you. And you are not separate from your environment. The concept that who you are is something separate from everything else around you is just an illusion. And I don't mean that in the Matrix, Keanu Reeves, we're all walking around asleep. There's some other world that we're a part of. No, this is it. This is the only existence there is. This is the world. You're living in it. There's not some other world. There's this world. You are living in the world. This is your life. What you have to wake up from is the idea or the concept that what you are is something separate from everything else. What Daniel just said, I need you to start thinking about yourself as your entire sphere of awareness. Who you are is intimately connected with everything else around you that you see, because you are part of an entire biosphere. Thank you, Gia. I appreciate that. Well, let's say something else about spirituality real quick. Let's talk about all these gods and goddesses, angels and demons, divinities, orishas, loa, all of these spiritual forces, all these cosmologies, everything, okay? Let's talk about all of it. Let's talk about all of it. Let's talk about practices, okay? I want you to imagine a map of the United States. And I want you to just envision a map of the United States. California is over here. New Hampshire's up there. Florida's down here. Canada is up there. That's a different country. Mexico is down here. It's a different country, okay? That's a lie. That's all a concept. That's all an idea. That this huge motherfucking Western Hemisphere, this entire piece of land, okay? All this land is divided into sections. There's no such fucking thing as the United States of America. That's a lie. It's just one piece of land, and we're all on it. So the idea that California abides by certain laws and has to abide by certain laws, and Massachusetts has certain laws and has to abide by certain laws, is a lie. Break free of the illusion. We're all just people, and we're all just standing on the earth. And all that other shit is fucking up your brain. And the spiritual world is exactly the same way. The definitions and the lines are completely blurred when it comes to spiritual practices. There is no place in which one spiritual practice ends and another spiritual practice begins. That's not how spirituality and religions and magic works. Nor does the spiritual world work that way. It's like me thinking, if I put down this map of the Himalayas, and I look at a map of the Himalayas or the Green Mountains, that I actually know what the terrain is like by looking at a map. No, you don't know what the terrain is like until you walk the terrain. Okay? The map is not the terrain. The map shows you what the terrain looks like in scale, but it doesn't show you the actual path. And that's where all of you are getting fucked up on the spiritual path, because you're confusing the map from the actual mountain itself. I have no interest in anything Kabbalistic at all. Not my practice. Not interested in it. It works for some people. It doesn't work for other people. There's nothing about it I find interesting. I'm interested in stuff that's a lot older than that. I'm interested in ancient practices. I'm not interested in New Age religions. Christianity is a New Age religion. Islam is also a New Age religion, and everything around it. Hey, Summer. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I'm not about the negative. I'm not about the negativity. I'm done with the negativity. I'm done with it. 100% done with it. I'm not associating with people that are just constantly surrounded by negative energy and bullshit. I'm done with that. We're over that. I'm a magician. That's what I am. I'm a magician and I'm a witch. And the kind of spirituality I'm interested in is ancient religion, ancient spirituality. And that's what I try to practice. Not interested in anything else. Not interested in any religions that have been practiced or have been created within the past 2,000 years or 3,000 years. The religions I'm interested in practicing are at least 5,000 years or older. 5,000 years old or older. I'm starting to get hungry. I haven't had anything to eat today. Guess what I'm going to have? I'm going to have a pizza bagel. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn on this oven right now so that I can make myself a pizza bagel soon. Yes, sir. Give me my pizza bagel. No, I have, you know what I have? Where is it? This. It's called Raos, R-A-O-S. This is pizza sauce. That shit's good. Is today Wednesday? No, today's still Tuesday, right? So you know what else is really good? You know what else is really, 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 really good? Is their vodka sauce. Raos, R-A-O-S, homemade, all natural, premium vodka sauce. This shit's so good. Bye, Gia. Thank you for showing up. That sounds great, Witch and Kitchen. What do snakes mean to me in their dream realm? Their ancestors and their spirits. Spirits that travel back and forth between the ancestral realm. You dropped a nice looking egg. Well, I mean, it depends. So for one thing is, no one can interpret your dreams but you. You're the only person that can interpret your dreams. There's no other motherfucker on the face of the planet that can tell you what your dreams mean, okay? Look at that fuzzy was. Jeez. There's no one that can tell you. No one can interpret your dreams for you. Because a snake to me might show up as an ancestor spirit. A snake to you might show up as a spirit your enemy has sent you. Depends. I'm a child of Oshun, but these are my Ogun Elekes. You can ask me a question, Egyptian witch. You're Omo Ogun? Aburo abuye busheshe. Good for you. Ogun is very important to me. Matter of fact, Ogun comes for me a lot. I have a spirited item. How can I communicate better with it? Could you be... I don't understand the term spirited item. What does that mean? People have snake spirits as spirit guides. You can have a snake spirit that's a spirit animal that walks with you. I have a stuffed animal that has a spirit attachment. Well, why do you say he comes and goes? Do you like put him in a box and ship him around the world so he can travel? And I'm confused. Is this a physical? This is a physical item that you can hold in your hands. This is a physical item you can hold in your hands, not like a... Okay. Okay. Well, guess what? You know, when he's active, he's active. When he's not, he's not. Just put him in a place that has a lot of sunlight. Give him hugs and love on a regular basis. You might see whether or not... How did you obtain this spirit? Did you invoke this spirit? Did you call the spirit into possession? Put him in a happy place. I mean, did you charm this doll? Did you call a spirit and attach it to this item? Or do you feel like the spirit was already in the item when you got it? See, I received a item, let's just say an item, that when it arrived, I had suspected that it had a spirit inside of it. And so when it came, I cleaned it off. After I cleaned it off, I talked to it, and intuitively through mediumship tried to understand whether or not this particular entity was interested in working with me or not, or sticking around. So then I invoked other spiritual energies to come and attach itself to it, to assist it and help it. And it's just fine. It works just fine. Well, then he's fine. Then there's no reason to worry about whether or not he's happy or not. If he was unhappy, you would know about it. You know, if shit started going wrong in your home, I would ask him to do divination. I would ask him if something was wrong, and I would do divination. I would take a penny or a quarter, and I would put him on a table, and I'd take that quarter and I'd put it on the table. I'd be like, this side means yes, this side means no. Is there something that you want? Flick the quarter and see whether or not the spirit flips it. If the spirit flips it and says, yes, there's something I want, then you need to then you play the guessing game. Well, what do you want? Do you want a little t-shirt to wear? Do you want me to put a glass of water beside you? Do you want me to buy you some jewelry? Do you want to move to a different part of the house? That's how I communicate with my spirits. I have different ways of communicating with my spirits. I've got my tarot cards, I've got my oracle cards, I've got my chamalongos, I've got my cowrie shells, I've got lots of different ways. I've got coins, I've got my yes-no coin. I got lots of different ways to communicate with different spirits that I've created bonds with or pacts with, okay? So there's lots of different ways that you can do divination to try to find out what's going on with this entity. But as long as you don't have fuck shit going on in your house and everything seems peaceful and quiet, that means everyone's happy. Absolutely. And you know what? Sometimes your spirits don't want anything. Sometimes your spirits don't want anything. They don't need anything. Did you know that? The other day, I was thinking about doing some service. I was going to put something out for one of my spirits, and I asked, do you want this particular offering tonight? They said no. So then I asked the spirit, are you happy? Like, are we good? And it said yes. So I could have pulled out all this stuff and I could have done, you know, like a service or whatever, but the spirit didn't want it. The spirit didn't need it. Wasn't interested. Because it's not what it needed. So you don't always need to go throwing stuff out for your spirits all the time without asking them first. I have an egun. Sometimes they like gin. Sometimes they like vodka. Sometimes they like something else, rum. But I'll ask. I'll say, do you want some rum? No. Okay. Do you want some vodka? Yes. So then I give them some vodka. That's what it means to practice spiritism. All right, y'all. I had fun. What's up, Pocket Pagan? What's going on? I'll stick around for you. This will be my last interaction. This will be my last question. What's going on? How do you need help? What's up? What's up? What's not good? Okay, Summer. I'm going to text you later. About herbs. About the herbs. Ugh. Okay. So, thank you, Cheyenne. Pocket Pagan. Do you have a divinational tool that you use to communicate with your spirits? Because I have suggestions for you. The first thing I would do, okay, is I would go clean off the altar or shrine. Get out a feather duster, dust any dust off, clean the area around the altar space, okay? Clean it up. Just wipe things down. And then use a divinational tool to ask the question whether or not you're good. Are we good? And if the answer is like no, then I would ask, okay, is there some kind of appeasement you want? Okay, so if you moved into a new place and you haven't set up your spiritual things, set them up. Set them up. And then do divination and say, okay, is everybody happy here? Is this where everybody wants to be? Are we good? And if they say, yeah, we're good, then don't worry about it. Don't stress out. Don't stress out about your spirits any more than you stress out about other people, because they're energy consciousness. You have to interact with spirits in the same way that you interact with people. They are energy consciousness. They think for themselves, they feel for themselves, they've got their own agendas. If you have an oracle deck that you like to use, designate one card as your yes card and one card as your no card. And when you set up your altar, what you do when you invoke that spiritual force, you invoke those spirit entities, then you tell them, I want to communicate with you and I need you to give me clear yes-no answers about what you want. This card means yes. This card means no. If you want to be fancy, you can take a third card and make it a maybe card. You could do that with a pack of regular playing cards, Jack, King, Queen, or Jack, Queen, King. You know, the hearts. Jack of hearts, Queen of hearts, King of hearts. Yes, no, maybe. That's how I do it when I use my tarot cards for a yes-no answer. My full card is my yes card. My world card is my no card. I do not give the spirits the option of giving me a maybe. I don't like maybes. I want an answer the first time, and I need it to be yes or no. So you're the person that sets the rules about how you play the game with your spirits. Do you understand? Got it? Good. I'll be live again, and if you come again when I'm live, then you can tell me how that turns out. But get your altar set up, put it in a nice clean area, clean off your stuff, pick your oracle cards, talk to them, talk to your spirits. I think what's more important than anything else is that you talk to them. You need to talk to them. Be open with them. Be honest with them about how you feel. And when you ask questions, make sure the questions that you ask your spirits are clear. If you ask vague questions, you get vague answers. Do you understand? So if I want to find out if my spirit wants a particular beverage to drink, I'll say, do you want vodka? That is a clear question. It's got a clear yes or no answer. The answer is either going to be yes or it's going to be no. And if the answer is no, I say, okay, well, do you want gin instead? Yes or no? Okay. Do you want anything? Yes or no? Yeah. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the live. I had a good time. That was a lot of fun. I talked a lot of shit. I hope you got something out of it. And I'll be going live again soon. All right? I love you guys. I'm going to go make my pizza bagel now. You have a great rest of the night. And remember, create healthy boundaries between you and other people. And keep your chin up. Be positive.